Hello everyone and happy holidays and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am a conscious channel and educator transmitting activations and divine messages for the collective. So 2025 certainly has been one for the record books. I know you all have felt the tremendous energetic shakeup that we've had this year, and it has literally changed us at the core of our being. These energies have been very potent, and the last half of the year, they've come across as feeling very frenetic. I'm actually seeing the Three Stooges type of energy. And while they're hilarious, you wouldn't want to live in that chaotic state for an extended period of time. They can also make you feel as if you're being pulled into two different directions or more, like you're playing an internal tug of war with yourself, where one timeline is pulling you backwards into the old world of chaos, and the other is pulling you towards the new octave of light. And as our Earth separates into parallel dimensions, you decide at the soul level whether you want to stay in the third dimension of struggle, continue the process of healing in the fourth dimension, or join unity consciousness in 5D and above. So should you find yourself experiencing this push-pull back and forth, just take a moment and place your hand over your heart and gently remind yourself to come back into the present moment and just stay there for a few minutes, allowing you to adjust and letting the energies settle in a sense, while at the same time you allow yourself to embrace whatever the new story of yourself is coming forward. So many are within the 5D experience have been having new avenues and possibilities open up that weren't available for them before. And this is that merging of that new energetic system while we're letting go of the old monetary one. And in the new system, value is derived from creativity, service, and unity versus greed, obligations, and survival. Consciousness and contributions to society will become our new currency. A universal system will start to come into place where all will receive a type of currency to support the population, enabling us to be free to create, express, and expand without the worry or the stress of having to, meet deadlines, so to speak. In the Scandinavian countries, they have had similar systems for quite a while now, where all are valued and supported in ways most countries don't offer at this point. We have had a bill in Congress that's been flying under the radar for quite some time that would pass such a system in the U.S. So where every citizen would receive a certain amount of money to support them, to support the whole. So yes, thank you. So they're showing me how there's such a gap from the very ultra wealthy and rich people to those that are struggling and trying to get by. So with this system, it will equal out and have us more on the same level. It is called Nisara, and this has been, like I said, this has been there for a while. This is not wishful thinking or a fairy tale. But this is something that's going to be part of our transition period. We will first shift to a cashless society, utilizing a global digital currency, which will take a bit of time yet, but this will be supported by all. Then we move into a state of creation, and this is where we co-create with Source vibrationally to bring forth whatever we desire. And again, a lot of you are probably going, I don't see that happening. And no, not in the lower dimensions, but in the higher dimensions, this is just normal. We create with source whatever we need in that moment. So this is just where we're headed to. And again, you know, we're really looking at 25 years span. So this will be in increments. But this is the golden age of unity consciousness. This is where we recognize that each of us is a fractal of source and that we are all one. We are not separate. No one is better than another, and we are all equal. So you can imagine a society, and then this is not utopian, but we can imagine a society where you don't need to worry about working to support yourself and your family, but instead you are provided for, not just monetarily, but emotionally and physically, just by being you. Within the higher realms, everyone is loved, supported, and valued, not because the size of their wallet, but by their service. So we'd like you to stop and take a moment to think about what you would like to do if you were fully supported and work was just an option and not an obligation. How would you like to be of service, and what would you create? Knowing you have the freedom and the space to align with your true passions and purpose. And knowing you don't have the pressure of having to show up to work to pay off the bills, the college, the healthcare, or a mortgage. So we encourage you this month and in 2026 to look within without limitations and really see what lights you up, and then energetically connect with it so as to bring it forward within the new timelines. The answer is already waiting within you. You just have to take that pause, that moment to go within and ask these questions. All right. Yeah, thank you. All right. After I finished November's video, I received a source code, which is a sacred sequence that I've posted on the front of the video and in the description box below. This sequence contains reset codes for the next octave of consciousness, intended to aid us in our transformation and realign us with Source. Embedded within this sequence are units of Source consciousness containing the architecture of the Golden Age. So this divine cipher holds quantum codes, templates, and structures that initiate resonance in line with our new cycles and systems. And this can benefit us in many different ways by clearing our old grids, erasing distortions, and cellular memory imprints. The cipher also activates new earth codes, resetting templates and structures not only for our soul, but for Gaia and our solar system. This code aligns us with original source energy. So you can think of it as our original factory settings. This sequence also returns us to the original code of stillness. And this is the field of neutrality, where everything returns to the original divine code before recreating at a higher octave. Okay, so they're showing me an older car from the 60s or 70s, the ones where you could actually turn back the mileage back to zero, even though you weren't supposed to. I see the numbers spinning backwards, back down to zero. And this is representative of the shift in octaves that we're moving towards. So we're letting go of the old, and as that counts back down to zero, once we hit it, we undergo a total energetic rebirth, initiating the new cycle of the Golden Age. So just to share my experience, after I received the sequence, That night, I laid in bed and sank into a very dark depression. And this was coming from the deepest recesses of my soul and was inescapable. Now, I've gone through many dark nights of the soul before, but this felt different. This was more of the remnants or the completion of what I've experienced. So as I laid there reviewing my life patterns and struggles, I saw and felt the weight of my incarnations, my ancestors, and the earth traumas. And it just was so thick and so heavy, it was very difficult for me to breathe. And I realized what was going on, so I commanded in that moment that I was released from all these old cycles of despair and struggle. And then immediately felt and saw a swirling vortex above me that was filled with darkness. And as it lifted off of me, I instantly felt relieved. The darkness was gone. I felt light as a feather, and I had shifted in that moment from the old cycle and knew that it was complete and that I didn't need to revisit this anymore. So part of receiving this cipher was to purge any remnants left in my field, but also to show me what this sacred sequence contained and how it can benefit all of us. So it is completion for anyone who chooses to take the sequence in. It is the completion of the old cycle and a renewal and a reset and alignment to the golden octave. So for those who resonate, I will activate the sequence at the end of the video if you choose to move forward with that. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So this month on December 21st, we have the Winter Solstice. This portal opening is a cosmic 0 point. This is when the sun pauses before beginning a new cycle. So you can see a pattern, so to speak, going on here. It also marks the beginning of a 7-week passageway of light where Christ frequencies flow in. And this happens every year at this time. But I have found that the two most potent times out of the year are the Lion's Gate in August and this passageway of light. They are both equally powerful alignments for transformation. Then on December 19th, we have 3i Atlas at its closest proximity to the Earth. The galactic starship will be sending us an epic explosion of light, activating more light codes and frequencies for us. And out of all the frequencies, this feels like the cherry on top. The most life-changing. It feels like this big wave of love. So hopefully you all feel it, take it in, embrace it, and we all get to bliss out from this energy. 3i Atlas also continues to cause controversy about, with NASA and scientists and astronomers. Some have claimed that part of 3i Atlas imploded as it flew by the sun. And this did not occur. What actually was happening was they were delivering a capsule into the sun to help regulate the solar cycles. And it was interesting also to see that NASA simultaneously, at the same time, cut the live feed at that particular moment, so as not to disclose what they knew and what was going on, but not before some observatories caught glimpses of this. There's not many speaking up about, this. There's a handful, but not many. The Starship has also been broadcasting, even though we haven't heard much about it. I don't think they're willing to share that at this time, that they're receiving messages. In addition, boy, I can't speak this today. Astronomers have also detected a beam of energy coming from 3i Atlas directed towards the Earth. I'm sure as it nears us, more anomalies will occur, such as changing colors for all of us to see. We may even see other ships reveal themselves, even if it's only for a brief moment. So if you have access to a great telescope, make sure to check it out. It will not be visible to the naked eye, unfortunately, but if you can find a way to catch a glimpse, and just connect with them as they enter our Earth's atmosphere. Well, not our atmosphere, excuse me. They're correcting me. Yes. They're showing me now the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I think it's the second one where one of the characters dies at the end. Yes, Yandu, they're telling me. And all the starships show up and celebrate with fireworks. That's the feeling I'm getting when 3i Atlas passes by. This is a great galactic celebration. So it's being celebrated across our solar system, even if many on Earth have no idea what's going on. As always, it's perfect timing as it coincides with the solstice portal and the passageway. The starship is utilizing this opening as a delivery system for coded frequencies, the same as with the sun, they utilized that portal. So take time to celebrate, receive, and rest as we integrate these downloads that are coming into us. And just remember, this is a pivotal cosmic moment for us. It's going to change a lot of things. We also, as we end the year of the snake, we can look back at ourselves and personally and globally. What layers did we shed? What is truth? What is not truth? After the shedding cycle, we take a more clarified look at ourselves and realize, well, that's an old story. That's not true. I don't live from that spot anymore. And after the snake sheds, there is renewal and new life. So as we move into 2026, we enter the year of the fire horse, which I find is fitting as it represents action, passion, freedom, forward motion, and speed. So we're moving from a year of pauses and stillness into a year of action. And they're saying to us, saying to me, hang on to your knickers for what's coming, because it's going to move very quick. But they're saying it's in a good way. Things are going to move very quickly, and things that you're passionate about are going to come to the surface for you to view. Okay, is there anything else? Okay, we're good. Okay, we'll talk more about that next month, what the coming year will bring. So the Golden Attunement series that we've been working on will be starting in March of 2026. The details will be posted by the first of the year on my website, which is listed in the description box below. I'm really excited about this because I cannot believe the information and the attunements that are coming in. So you'll get to read more about that once I get that posted. So December's light language activation is for the sacred sequence. It is for renewal and the resetting of systems. If you choose, you may view and absorb the sequence, allowing it to resonate within your body and heart space. I've also posted it in the description box below, and also a statement that you can read before or after the light language activation. Yes, and they're reminding me you can also, put the code somewhere that you can see it with a statement, and you can kind of utilize that on a daily basis, or whenever you feel motivated, to kind of help integrate that code within you and remind you what's happening. So allow whatever arises. My experience was unique to me, so it's not going to say that's going to happen for you. It's just what my experience was. So just allow that to be whatever comes up for you, and look at it without judgment, and just allow it to complete, knowing that you have fulfilled your contract for the old system. Okay. All right, so let us begin. Dahai ishtenia ayam bakhrenian bari to su yipit barian ba su barian barina su ishta anea ayana yaka yanu su ipisha neana ayana naya ay bohrania akhrana daro su yisku zu 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 sareria se arena karuru areniane yasi aura ya yarare ai arenia su di perenia tu isi en pro ronuarenia hatu yeshenaya ai akharu asia osu urenia rienia karenia harania ko orenia to su akarina ta te kolbi akadania Soki a ara a ane a su uri tipi a shu te anaya karinia. A ara kena are tuianen si ore ya sipi asto na a o a suyana. Ariania a kata sarinia o rupianata. Tsori tianaya. Arana uriana zipia sustiliarenia te anaya. Ayakrenia tuste eriaria enia korrusta manunana lahandea storiana. Ayakrenia pariemperu tu frenia tushi tu far na akiateasu and akreniatiasu. See this sequence in gold. Yakarenia ekya. Entering your heart space. Kia oru ushtiania. Giakriatasa. Activate, activate, activate. Karu oru shtiania kipiashtu. Nariania kusuyania. Nariosuta say ahinia sha tu orenia ki pa asuuta ayagarinia piara tuyenea darinea tumura daya. All right, that was very interesting. Not only did I see the gold sequence going within, but I also saw the atoms, your atoms, and cellular turning rainbow colored. Yes, the atoms, I see them. It was very beautiful. It's almost like they were shifting and changing. So you may experience something similar to that. Again, everything is unique to you. Okay. All right. And again, I have posted that statement in the description box for you to read. Okay. So that's it for this month. Wishing you all a very happy holiday, and from my heart to yours. And I will see you next month, or next year, I should say. And love you all. Take care.